Alright, so we're at the Albany airport. There's Grandma. Running on a plane in like an hour. So due to weather, our flight was canceled and we had to get a new flight, and now we're leaving at like 2:48 in the morning to go all the way to Connecticut. We're gonna get on a plane there, and then instead of going through Baltimore, we're gonna go through Chicago,
which is bigger.
It's yeah, I've heard it's a really big airport, so we're gonna go through there instead. So we've been in Colorado for like the past 3 days, and it's really boring here. There's nothing to do. This town is called Pagosa Springs, and there's nothing to do. And I've been here for like 3 days, and it's really boring. And my grandma is driving me completely insane. The only reason we came up here was to get a car from my aunt and uncle, because they were giving it to my grandma, as we've been here way too long, and I'm so bored, and the internet went out. Yeah, this is like the greatest vacation ever. I get to do nothing. So we got here on July 28th, and it's now August 3rd. I've been hanging out in the garage for the past few days. My dad said I was only gonna be here for like 2 days, and it's been nearly a week, and I'm bored and I'm tired and I want to go home. So that's great. Yep. So we've been driving all day through Colorado, and now we're almost in Kansas. Look at that, it's a tall thing. There's so much wind. All there is wind, flat, and sometimes rain. It's not flat. Lots of wind and nothing. Oh my god, it's a car. There's 2 cars. You know, there'll be like an hour and there's no cars. No, there's 2. What? So we're finally in Kansas, and guess what's in Kansas? Absolutely nothing. There's clouds. Yeah, there's thunderclouds and a bunch of flat, but there's nothing other than that in Kansas. There's one thing in Kansas, and it's that rainbow. What does available mean? It's like the 4th sign of Jesus. It's like the exact same sign every time. I've seen 4 variations, like not even variations, it's the exact same thing again and again and again. That was another sign for Jesus. Look, there's another sign that just says available and nothing else. Wow. Alright, after a really long drive, we're finally in Missouri. How's Missouri, Grandma? Yeah. A lot of cars. We're currently in Kansas City, which, as you know, Kansas City is not in Kansas. Kansas City is in Missouri. Is that what you're taking pictures of? Who exactly is Jesus saving, Grandma? Who is he saving? Even though he's dead.
I wouldn't get into this argument with your teachers. It's a very, very high-tech argument.
What?
I would not argue with people over this.
According to my history teacher, Jesus was some guy who was alive a couple of centuries ago, started a religion, and then died. He's dead now. And that teacher is like really Catholic, and he agrees that Jesus is now dead. Because he died centuries ago. Yep. Jesus Christ loves you so much, always has, always will. Most of the people who are alive today were not alive at the same time Jesus was. So how can he love us all? Grandma, your input?
I would not get into this.
What do you think?
I
Oh,
would not get into
hey look, there's a bra shop. The Giant Bell River bra shop.
There's a dead tire on the road.
Uh-huh.
I hate dead tires. They give you flats.
All right then. So like a third of the signs are either empty or say add here. A third of the signs are for Jesus, and then the last third of the signs are just for random businesses. I've noticed that. Have you noticed that, Grandma?
A lawyer.
Well, a lawyer.
Denny's.
That guy. Yep.
$5.99 for pancakes.
All right then. Dirty hands can be scary. Wash your hands with soap and water. That's the sign. Discover why Jesus created you. Isn't it supposed to be like God that created everyone and not Jesus? Like according to the religion? I mean, I don't know a lot about Christianity, but isn't it God who did that, not Jesus?
They just had churches on each corner.
Hey, Jesus is your only way to God? Is like, wouldn't death be your only way to God? I don't know. That sign made no sense. Neither of those signs made sense. And I was
What
like,
do you want? Television?
the signs don't make sense. Says, who is Jesus? I don't know. Who is Jesus, Grandma? Jesus is some guy from like I forget how long ago it was, but like a couple millennia. I don't know. Like some dude from the Middle East started a religion. That's who he is. I don't need to call some random number to figure out who he is. I just have to like attend school. Hey look, it's Fox News. What do you think, Grandma, about Fox News and it being advertised?
I don't know.
All right then. I didn't realize that people were still like against evolution. Like evolution has been regularly proven to be a real thing. God has not.
This is 291A.
There's Grandma, there's the arch. There you go. Hey, we're in Illinois. Okay, so I'm still in Illinois and I just saw a sign for a store and it said guns and knife shop, and then under it said tools and toys. There's pictures of guns, knives, kids' toys, and hammers. Like what the fuck? Look at that! This car in the way, and now here's a giant cross. I wonder if the people around here are religious at all. Look how big it is! Look how big! Is that for a church? What?
Cross USA.
Oh yeah, there's a church right there. And they want everyone to make sure that you know it's a church because they got a big ass cross right there. So people 20 miles away can see that, yeah, that's a church over there. Welcome to Indiana. We're in Indiana now. Grandma, we're in Indiana.
Very good.
We were in Illinois, now we're in Indiana, and they both start with I. Giant, look, the tiny churches need massive crosses for anybody to know they're there. Look how big it is. Why is it so big? It doesn't make sense. Still see, why? So we're in Ohio now. We just crossed over the border between Illinois and Ohio. Isn't that cool? Look at that. It's not as big as the St. Louis Arch, but it's a thing. Hey, look at this side. It's like, we're in Ohio now. Find it here. Yeah, Ohio is here. We found Ohio. How are you doing?
I just went under a train.
We're now in Pennsylvania. Now we're finally in New York, and we just have to drive all the way across New York to get back home because we're on the wrong side of New York.
We're near Buffalo.
Yep.
Niagara Falls.
Yep. We're almost there. Woo! We're almost home. Grandma, we're almost home. In New York, you have lots of reminders of the speed limit, and a lot of times reminders of like buckle up, right? There's all the signs that say buckle up, or the signs that go don't text and drive, like go to the rest stop if you need a text or stuff like that. And then out south in the southwest, there's just signs that say go to church and Jesus loves you. Like, how helpful is a sign that says Jesus loves you when you're on the interstate and you don't know what the speed limit is? I mean,
it had 70 miles an hour.
I mean, yeah. Like, what if you forgot or something?
75 miles an hour.
Yeah. Like, you're going really fast and all you see is signs that go Jesus loves you, and then you get into a car accident because you're going so fast. Well, but how's Jesus gonna help you then?
He's gonna keep you healthy.
Huh?
He's gonna keep you healthy.
How's he gonna keep you healthy if you're going 80 miles an hour? Because like it says 70 miles an hour, but everyone's going at 80. Like, so you're gonna like how often do you see reminders of the speed limit in like the Midwest versus here? I mean, they're like everywhere here, and they're nowhere in there. I mean, I remember, like, when we were in the Midwest, you were constantly asking what the speed limit was because you didn't know, because it didn't say. Oh, the journey ends. We're finally back in New York and home. And look, the ground's green because we're in New York where there's life. That's what there's life in New York. It's definitely... like, even along the highways and stuff, there's a lot more plants and stuff in New York than the other ones. Alright.